Lights off. Your phone is down. Your body is exhausted, but suddenly your brain says, let's replay that argument from 3 years ago. And this time, you win. You finally say the perfect comeback. Everyone goes silent. Or maybe your brain creates a completely different movie. You imagine your future success. Everyone who doubted you is watching. Your crush finally chooses you. Your boss finally recognizes your worth. Or maybe you're rehearsing a conversation that hasn't even happened yet. You play it once, then again. Then you change the ending, and before you realize it, an hour has passed. If this happens to you, you're not simply bad at sleeping. Your brain is doing something much more interesting. Because these imaginary scenarios often reveal what your mind is trying to process, fix, experience, or control. So why does your imagination become so powerful the moment your head hits the pillow? Let's break it down. 1. Your brain finally has silence. During the day, your mind is constantly occupied. Messages, work, people, noise, problems, responsibilities. You don't have much time to actually listen to yourself. So you push certain emotions aside. You swallow the anger, ignore the disappointment, forget the awkward conversation, and tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. Then, nighttime arrives. The world becomes quiet. No one needs anything from you. No notifications, no conversations, no distractions. And suddenly, everything you pushed away comes back. This is why some of your most intense thoughts appear when you're lying in bed. Your brain finally has the space to process what you didn't have time to process during the day. And it doesn't always communicate through simple sentences. It creates stories. That's why instead of thinking, I felt disrespected today, your brain might create an entire scene where you stand up, say exactly what you wanted to say, and finally feel powerful. Your brain isn't randomly entertaining you. It's trying to finish something emotionally unfinished. 2. Your mind hates unfinished stories. Think about the last time someone hurt you and never apologized. Or a conversation ended before you could say what you really wanted. Or you thought of the perfect response, 3 hours too late. Why does that moment keep coming back? Because your brain doesn't like unfinished business. It wants an ending. So when reality doesn't give you one, your imagination creates one. You replay the conversation, change your response, change their reaction, change the ending. And suddenly, you get something real life never gave you: closure. That's why the imaginary version can feel strangely satisfying. For a few minutes, you finally get to say everything you couldn't say. You finally win the argument. You finally get the apology. You finally become the person who wasn't afraid to speak. But there's another reason these scenarios feel so good, and this one is even more interesting. 3. Imagination gives you control. Real life is unpredictable. People can reject you, embarrass you, ignore you, misunderstand you. You can't control how another person reacts, but inside your imagination, you control everything. You decide what you say. You decide what they say. You decide who wins. You decide how the story ends. Imagine you're about to confront someone. In real life, you're nervous, but in your imagination, you're confident. Calm, sharp, unstoppable, your brain gets to experience a version of you that feels powerful. And sometimes, that's exactly what you're craving. Not attention, not revenge, control. Your imagination becomes a private world where uncertainty disappears. 4. Sometimes you're rehearsing your future. Not every imaginary scenario is negative. Sometimes your brain is actually practicing. Maybe you have an interview tomorrow, a difficult conversation, a presentation, a confession, a decision you've been avoiding. So your mind starts running simulations. What if they say this? What if I respond like that? What if something goes wrong? Your brain is basically creating a private rehearsal room. And this can be useful, Because the version of yourself you're imagining might represent something you want to become. More confident, more assertive, more calm, more courageous. So when you're imagining yourself handling a difficult situation perfectly, you might not just be creating fantasy. You might be testing a new identity. You're showing your brain, this is how I could respond next time. 5. But then the imagination becomes a habit. Here's where things can get complicated. If you do this every night, your brain can begin connecting certain things together. Dark room, bed, silence, eyes closed. And then the movie starts. Eventually, you don't even consciously choose to imagine. Your brain expects it. The bed becomes a cue. Night becomes a cue. Silence becomes a cue. And your imagination becomes the automatic response. But there's another problem. These scenarios can be emotionally stimulating. Even if you're lying completely still, your brain might be experiencing excitement, anger, anxiety, revenge, attraction, or anticipation. Your body doesn't always care that the event is imaginary. Strong thoughts can still create strong emotional reactions. So instead of becoming sleepy, you become more alert. And now the cycle begins. You imagine. You stay awake. Because you're awake, you imagine more. The more you imagine, the harder it becomes to sleep. And eventually, your bed stops feeling like a place of rest. It starts feeling like a movie theater for your mind. So how do you break the loop? How to stop the nighttime mind movie? The first mistake people make is trying to force their thoughts away. They tell themselves, stop thinking. But now they're thinking about not thinking. Instead, try something different. Step 1. Name the thought, don't fight it. Simply recognize it. Say, I'm replaying that conversation again. Or, I'm imagining the future again. Naming the thought creates a little distance between you and the thought. You're no longer completely inside the movie. You're watching it. Step 2. Interrupt the loop. Now imagine a giant red stop sign. Or imagine pressing a remote control and turning the mental screen off. You don't need to argue with the thought. Just interrupt it. Then immediately move to something neutral. Because there's one important rule. Don't leave an empty space. If you stop the thought and give your brain nothing else to focus on, the old movie will probably come right back. So replace it. Count your breaths. Focus on the sound of a fan. Imagine a calm location. Count slowly from 1 to 10. The goal isn't to force yourself to sleep. The goal is to give your brain something quiet and neutral to process. Step 3. Give your brain a daytime exit. If your mind constantly saves problems for bedtime, give it another time to process them. During the day, spend 10-15 minutes writing down your worries. Write the unfinished conversation. Write the problem. Write what you're afraid might happen. Get it out of your head and onto paper. You're essentially telling your brain, we have time for this, just not at midnight. And with repetition, your brain can begin learning a new association. Night means rest. Not arguments, not imaginary victories, not tomorrow's disasters. The real truth, if you constantly create fake scenarios before sleep, it doesn't automatically mean something is wrong with you. It may simply mean you have a very active inner world. Your brain is trying to process emotions, finish unfinished stories, prepare for uncertainty, experience control, or temporarily escape reality. The problem isn't imagination itself. The problem begins when imagination starts controlling your sleep. So tonight, when the movie starts again, don't panic. Don't fight your mind. Notice it. Name it. Interrupt it. Redirect it. And slowly teach your brain, you don't have to solve everything tonight. Because tomorrow needs your attention. And tomorrow is much easier to handle when you actually slept through the night. Now I'm curious, what kind of fake scenario does your brain create most often? Arguments, future success, romantic situations, or disasters that haven't even happened? Tell me in the comments, because sometimes the imaginary story playing in your head reveals more about what you truly want than you realize. And if this video described you a little too perfectly, you already know what to do. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.